Hey there, folks. So, last episode we ended off having found that there is some issues with our load game logic. Wanted to start off in the editor here just to show you what's happening. Now, if we open up our game instance blueprint, the issue is these two function calls. What you can see, that little clock there, that tells you these are effectively asynchronous calls. So that is where our problem is coming from, is we have our unload stream level by name and our load stream level by name, which are both asynchronous. And what is happening here, let me just switch back to Visual Studio here. In our game instance, don't know why I had everything selected there, but let's go to our load logic. So you can see here we're calling through. We've got pulling in our save information, getting the current level, getting the game configuration information. Then we're calling load level. And this right here is what's calling through to our blueprint and then hitting these asynchronous. Now, when you're doing this using play an editor and say the third person template map, it's not so bad because we're not loading anything. Everything's already done. It's really confusing because we're no level loaded is true. We're going into here and we're just loading up a level, but the level's already loaded, so nothing is technically getting unloaded. But when you're doing it through the main menu like we were last episode, we're hitting this function here, getting called. This branch is actually executing as false because the very first time we're calling main menu, there's nothing to load from that. And then no level loaded is coming through as, like I said, false. Down here, we're unloading the main menu. And because this is an asynchronous, this is actually... you can't put it here in the code, but this is a return point. Basically, we hit this function call, and instantly go through. Now, there is two things we can do, and this was the reason for the issues last episode. Should block on load. What that should do, hopefully, we're going to compile this. I'm going to switch back to Visual Studio quick and throw in some breakpoints. So I'm going to put a breakpoint here to coincide with that one. And then we're going to hop back to our persistent map. Oh, please load. Okay, so I'm going to launch into that. We're calling this because that's our setup. I'm just going to hit continue. Move this out of the way for a moment. Load game, default load. Now in here, you can see we're calling to pull out our config data. Should step through quickly. And just like last episode, for some reason, Visual Studio is not wanting to be efficient. I might have to do a Windows update or something, who knows. But so what's happening anyways, we're hitting this, pulling all our information, but then we, like I said, we're calling this function which actually has an async. Target something does not support, ignore. Apparently I've changed something. So now we hit load level. We're going to hit our blueprint. And let's see if we have that same issue. So go through here, hit that. Yeah, we're going through. Now, that's where our problem lies. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to stop debugging because we don't want to do this. I'll preface this with, as I mentioned, I believe I mentioned it last episode, this is what I would call a temporary workaround. Because obviously, as I've mentioned, I want to go through and refactor all of this. This isn't working properly. It needs to be fixed. But what this temporary workaround is going to be is we're actually going to add a callback function for this. So up here, just below our load level and load level implementation, we're going to go U function, blueprint callable, void complete load level. Now again, like I said, I want to make sure it's clear. I realize I've just said it, but this is a temporary workaround. We're going to be changing this. I don't like what I'm doing here, but I want to fix the load game logic. So quick action, create definition. What we're now going to do, go to our load logic, and you're going to see where we call load level. From this to do, all the way down to the very end, I'm going to select all of that. I'm going to cut that out. So the last thing in our load game function is load level. We're then going to go down to our complete, and we're just going to paste all of that in. And we're going to save, actually I'm going to save everything just to make sure. So now that we've got that, this is effectively wait for load level. That was a comment I left myself after last episode just for what I was doing. So now we've got B is pi is where we start, and we're using that a little further down here to, as I mentioned a couple episodes back, to fix some issues that we had when we were using play and editor. We're going through, we're getting all the actors that are in the world. If as I was mentioning, like in third person template, when you play and editor load, this is going to go through, and if there was anything that was in there that was spawned, it's getting deleted. So that's like your logs from a tree. If it wasn't spawned, but it is playing an editor, we're going to go through and say do a reset. And again, this is really something that should only be there for debug purposes. I'm going to go through a little later in the series. We're going to have an episode that we cover using build flags to determine whether or not certain code should even exist. But anyways, from there, then we're going through, we're looking at our save information. If it was something that was spawned into the world, we're going to respawn it. Then we're just going to iterate through everything. Now in here, I just want to cover something. You'll notice when we're spawning things, we don't actually do anything other than set the actor's GUID based on what was in the save information. And the purpose for that, it's to save having to do a check down here of, oh, have we already updated it? But anyway, so now we've got 4 actor iterator. This should cover everything we need. Now, I'm going to do a build. I am going to pause the episode here, and I will be back once we're in the editor, and we'll see getting this hooked up and see if that fixes our issue. All right, so we are in the editor here. The first thing we're going to do for this fix that I'm implementing is we're going to go back into our game instance blueprint when this loads, and at the end here, complete load level. And that's the function we just created. Now, you have 2 different ways you could do it. You could just plug it into the end here, but what I want to do is I actually want to plug it in before. Do I want to do that before? No, just in case you have any logic on an actor that pulls this out from the game instance. We're going to do that after. So I'm going to compile and save that. I'm going to throw a breakpoint here, and we're going to go back to Visual Studio quickly. We're going to put a breakpoint on our complete load level, and we are going to, up here, load game. I'm going to throw, I will leave that breakpoint there. So now that we've got that, I'm going to move this out of the way again. Expand that so I can grab it easier when it's time to bring it over. And we're going to go back to our persistent level. We're going to hit play. And we have our breakpoint here that we've hit. That's fine. We're going to hit continue. We've got our breakpoint on current level. and then complete load level. So we're going to hit continue, and this should open up Visual Studio now. And what I'm going to do, just because this is for the main menu level, as soon as this breakpoint actually steps forward, because again, Visual Studio, for whatever reason, is being insanely unresponsive for me. I don't know if it's my system, if it's the fact that I unfortunately have one of those Intel processors that has that issue where it slowly kills itself, or what. But we're going to hit continue here. Oh, yes, you've automatically reported it to to Microsoft. I don't care. Going back here, you can see we are now in the main menu. We're going to hit load game, pick our default game. We're going to hit load, and this should, there we go, we've got our load game function is being called. And the reason being we didn't hit this the first time, just so anyone who's not remembering based on what was there, is the main menu is loaded by just a direct call to this load level function. But we're going to hit continue now. Okay, so we're over in our blueprint. We hit continue. We hit this. Let's hit play. We hit this. Okay, that's what we want. We're going to hit continue. Now we're seeing that issue, seeing what we wanted to see last episode with our Chrono Manager. You can see we're getting in everything here. So chunks.empty, yep, that's fine. Switch I, chunks equals 6 with our current day, all of this information here. So I'm going to hit continue. And now, if I move this over, you see things are going really fast. Is that because of our time of day? I think that's our default day length in minute that we set last. Yeah, day length in minute. That is getting updated based on that save. So we still have our issue though. As you can see, our skylight is not correctly updating. And that's what we actually were trying to fix last episode. You can see it is just our directional light. So I know this is going to be, well, this is a shorter episode. We're only sitting at 12 minutes here. But because of the fact that I found this breaking issue with our save game logic, and I call it a breaking issue because it broke. You couldn't load a game properly from the main menu without having issues. So, anyways, I am going to end this episode off. It is a shorter episode. I'm not going to launch this as the normal once a week. I'm probably going to push this out on a Friday. So it is going to go out as a member exclusive to start with, same way as I do with all my other videos right now. Members get access to videos when they get uploaded, and then general public non-members get access to videos following the normal schedule. But anyways, folks, like I said, I want to end things off here. I don't want to circle back to work on that lighting or the equipment, just because both of those are going to take more than the roughly 20 minutes I've got left for this episode. So I'm going to end things a little early. As always, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, or as I mentioned in the last video, you've got any, you see me using any bad practices for modern C++ standards, please feel free to drop a comment below or hop over in the Discord and ask me a question about it. As I said last episode, I have unfortunately a lot of bad habits I've picked up from working with ancient legacy code. I'll just describe it that way. But anyways, folks, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.